sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all the boys and girls of the world. Merry Christmas. Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. And Santa Claus says that your word for the day is to love abundantly. Merry Christmas, boys and girls. SantaClausSays.net is the program where we have 3 things that we love to do here every day during the Christmas season. That is to have some Christmas cheer. We have some jokes and have some fun. We tell a Christmas adventure story where Santa Claus in this story is a substitute teacher in a 4th grade classroom, and we read letters to Santa. Santa Claus Says comes to you every day during Christmas season. Between now and Christmas Day, we are live stream on YouTube at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're on Facebook, and we're on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, and our website, SantaClausSays.net. And that is where you can also get on SantaClausSays.net your free Santa Claus Says coloring book. And we hope that you will do just that. You can send your voicemail and your email and even your text messages to me, Santa Claus, at SantaClausSays.net. We have 2 special programs coming up. On Christmas Eve, we have The Night Before Christmas. We read that story. And then on Christmas Day, we read the Nativity story, which is from the Bible about the very first Christmas. Our word for the day, boys and girls, is to love abundantly. We want you during the Christmas season to keep that word in mind, to love others abundantly. With that is a whole lot. And we're going to revisit that word abundantly when we complete our add another star ornament to our Christmas tree calendar as we count down to Christmas. Well, and that is what we do here at SantaClausSays.net. Well, there's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, and that means it's time for our Santa Claus jokes of the day. So Santa Claus jokes. Here's the first one. Why are Christmas trees so bad at sewing? Because they always drop their needles. Get it? They always drop their needles like a pine tree. Christmas trees are pine trees. They drop their needles. Oh, well, there you go. Another joke. Why did the Christmas lights go to school? To get a little bit brighter. They like to tell the story and to read and to get to learn at school, don't we? That's what that's all about. And I love that. Get a little bit brighter. We'll have more fun here as we go along here at SantaClausSays.net. There's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means it's our time for our special feature, which is Christmas Around the World. Every day we talk about the boys and the girls who listen to Santa Claus Says from around the world, and we want you to share this story, share this program with your friends, and so they can be a part of this and reach out as well. Today we're talking about Christmas in Poland. In Poland, the country of Poland, on Christmas Eve, Polish families gather for Wigilia, a special dinner that starts when the first star appears in the sky. Before eating, they share a thin wafer called a opalatek and wishing each other joy and peace. There are 12 dishes on the table, and children love eating pierogi, beef soup, and poppy seed cake. And after dinner, families sing carols and sometimes open gifts. It's a time of love, sharing, and togetherness. Christmas from around the world. Christmas in Poland. There's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means it's now time for our Santa Claus adventure story of the day. We're up to chapter 8 of our story, which means there's 7 prior chapters of this story. You can always go back to earlier episodes of Santa Claus Says and catch up with the story at santaclaussays.net and on Apple Podcast and on Spotify, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Every place you go, just type in Santa Claus Says and you will find it. Our story is called Santa's Special Lesson, a story of kindness. And this is chapter 8, Math with Meaning. After lunch and recess, it was time for math class, and Mr. Winters had noticed during recess that a few children had made small efforts to include Emma in their activities. Though she'd been too shy to fully participate, progress took time. All right, mathematicians, Mr. Winters began cheerfully. Today we're going to work on multiplication. We're going to do it a bit differently than you might be used to. He displayed the first problem on the board. Emma has 12 cookies. She wants to share them equally with 3 friends so everyone gets the same amount. How many cookies does each person get, including Emma? The students recognized this as a division problem, and several hands shot up with the answer of 3 cookies each. But Mr. Winters wasn't finished. Great job. Now let's think of this more deeply. Why do you think Emma wanted to share her cookies equally? Marcus called out. Because that's fair. Yes, Mr. Winters nodded. Fairness is important in communities. But let's think about something else. What if Emma knew one of her friends hadn't brought a snack that day and was really hungry? What might she do? Hannah raised her hand. She could give that person more cookies. She could, Mr. Winters agreed. That's called generosity, giving more than what's equal because you care about someone else's needs. Let's try another problem. He wrote, Marcus finds 20 pencils in the school supply closet. There are 5 students in the class who forgot their pencils today. If Marcus gives them pencils equally, how many does each student get? The children work through the problem. Each student gets 4 pencils. But here's a question, Mr. Winters continued. What if Marcus decided to keep all 20 pencils for himself since he found them? Would that be fair? No, several students shouted. Why not, Mr. Winters asked. Because other people need them too, Riley explained, and they're school pencils anyway, not his. Exactly. Sometimes we have to think about the needs of the whole community, not just ourselves. For the next 30 minutes, Mr. Winters presented math problems that all involved sharing, giving, helping, and thinking about others. Each problem had a mathematical answer, but also invited discussion about values and choices. By the end of the lesson, the students understood multiplication and division better, and they also absorbed messages about generosity, fairness, and community responsibility. As the day ended and students packed their bags, Mr. Winters called out, Remember our community agreement. See if you can practice one of these values before tomorrow. The children filed out, chattering about the unusual first day. Emma left quietly as always, but as she passed Mr. Winters' desk, she whispered, Thank you for the story. His heart swelled. You're very welcome, Emma. I'll see you tomorrow. As the classroom emptied, Mr. Winters sat at the desk and pulled out his special notebook. In it, he wrote notes about each child and plans for tomorrow's lessons. His mission was just beginning. What a wonderful story, boys and girls, about this story about sharing and gratitude and about loving abundantly. It's a wonderful story, and I hope that you'll join me tomorrow on our next chapter about this, the story of kindness. And don't forget to go back to the earlier episodes to catch up on the story as well. But the glockenspiel there means it's now story time for our letters to Santa. Our letter today is from Jackson, who's age 10. Dear Santa, I am Jackson and I'm 10 years old. I like cars and trucks and hope you can bring me a race car with lights. I like racing with my friends. Thank you for coming every year. I will be asleep when you come, I promise. Thank you, Jackson. Well, Jackson, what a wonderful letter. And I thank you. And I think it's wonderful and cool that you like to race your cars with your friends. And we'll see. Santa's always says he likes to bring you surprises as well. And so I want to remind you that we'll be with you before you know it here on Christmas Eve. And to be ready and to be a good boy or be a good girl and be on the nice list before then. And so remember also, Santa Claus loves hot cocoa and cookies. If you leave those for me and maybe some reindeer food, carrots or something like that for the reindeer, and maybe something for even Sprinkles, our elf. She likes cupcakes. What do you know? You never know. But that's what we have to say. You can always send we really like to hear from you here at Santa Claus Says. And so when you do, reach out to me. You go to my website, santaclaussays.net, and there's buttons there right on the website, very clear for you to see. You can click one button to leave me a message, and that's an email. Or you can click another button to send me a voicemail or a text message, and I get all those messages, and I return your calls and your voicemails as well. So reach out, and I will do that. And who knows, maybe we'll read one of your letters here on Santa Claus Says. There's our Glockenspiel, boys and girls, which means now it's time to really talk about our word for the day. Our Christmas cheer word for the day is to love abundantly. And that is really, really so important, to love others abundantly with a lot of wonderful feelings. It's all about love, not hatred and hurtfulness. So we have our Christmas tree, and it has a calendar on our Christmas tree. And what we do is we put an ornament like a star for each day during the Christmas season. And right now, as we record this, we are 21 days from Christmas. It'll be here before you know it. And so we are filling out our calendar. So we want you to continue to help us fill it out every day during the Christmas season. Remember, here at SantaClausSays.net, we do three things for you. We have Christmas cheer, we have a wonderful adventure story, and then we have letters to Santa. And don't forget, you can also get a coloring book. If you go on SantaClausSays.net, you can get a free downloadable coloring book, and it's there for you to have. We love to be with you. Remember, we have two special episodes coming up. We're always available. Two special episodes coming up, which are Christmas Eve, where we read the night before Christmas, and then on Christmas Day, where we read the Nativity story, which is the story of the first Christmas, and we read that from the Holy Bible. We're here every day during the Christmas season between now and Christmas Day, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We're live stream on YouTube, and you can also send me messages through the chat there. And then we have our show is on Facebook and on Apple Podcast and on Spotify and our website, Santa Claus Says. Well, boys and girls, that about concludes our program for the day. It's been wonderful to be with you. Santa Claus has moved to another part of my office. This is where we do our dreaming for about the new toys and the things that we do. This is our dream center, and we come here to do that. And Sprinkles and the other elves and I come here, and we put our heads together about how we can best serve you. We love to be with you. We love to serve you. And we'll see you next time here on SantaClausSays.net. Remember, Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you again soon. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like Sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at SantaClausSays.net and watch Santa Claus Says live on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.